Hi, everybody. My name is Lucela Sigowski. I'm the job coach from Nationality Service Center, or NSC, as a lot of people know it. Today's video is going to be a very special one because I'm not having one, I'm having two guest speakers today, and their name are Eva Ortiz and Walt Yakabosky. So they are members of a nonprofit organization that is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and they represent Energy Coordinating Agency. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very excited.
Good afternoon. How are you?
You.
Good. Very, very, very good. So I think the best way to start this video is to talk about the agency in particular, like a little bit of the story behind, so our NSC clients can know the story behind their nonprofit organization and the mission, the values.
Okay, so ECA, the Energy Coordinating Agency, was founded in 1984 as a nonprofit corporation. It was by a group of civic, government, and religious leaders. It was founded because of the poverty level in Philadelphia's energy system. It was essential to coordinate all our programs in one agency, under one umbrella. The Energy Coordinating Agency has 4 departments which serve low-income individuals. One of them being the Energy Neighborhood Center, our communities department. They have more than 10 neighborhood centers in the area of Philadelphia. They support the community with energy services for low-income Philadelphia residents, as well as service. It includes bill payment assistance, budget counseling, conservation education, access to weatherization, and heating services. That's one of our departments. Then we have the heater hotline department that ECA manages as well. They deploy mechanics to repair heating system of more than 4,000 low-income homeowners in Philadelphia each year through the Light Heap and Crisis Interface programs. And they also serve renters depending on their income level, of course, and permission from the landlord to go in and do these services in the property. They also have the conservation department, which is what we all know as the weatherization department. They deploy their workers to put windows, doors, insulate the homes, things of that nature, change light bulbs, anything that has to do with saving energy.
Okay.
Walt, do you want to add to that?
No, I think you pretty much covered who we are and what we do. The important factor there is that we serve the low-income community in Philadelphia, yes. Which is quite extensive if people aren't aware. But what we've done over the years since 1984. We could probably go another 100 years or so and not tap into all of the households that have poverty within the city of Philadelphia.
And I just want to let you know that anyone that receives SNAP benefits, okay, or are approved for Light Heap and Crisis, they are eligible for our programs. So if you are eligible for Light Heap, you are eligible for our programs.
Oh, okay. That's great to know.
Okay, and now I'll let Walt talk about our baby, which is the training center. He has many, many years of experience in, he can talk in his sleep about the training center, so.
Great.
Sure. So thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, the training center basically was kind of born in 2009. This was during the Obama administration under the ARA funding, under the stimulus, to try to help get the economy going after we had a major crisis, as everybody knows, in 2008. So in order to be able to serve the low-income community, we needed to have a skilled workforce. And it was a workforce that looked totally different than 1984. This was a workforce that needed to have certifications and credentials to be able to go into a home and do work. So I was called upon in July of 2009 to help set up and develop the training center. And I did. We had our first curriculum primarily focusing on energy auditors, which are the first line of defense that has to go into a home to determine what is necessary for people to be able to come in and make that home more energy efficient. The second was for the workers themselves, what they needed to be able to do to be able to go into the home and kind of fill the prescription of what the auditor said was necessary to make that home more energy efficient. So through the years, we continue to serve the weatherization community, but the training center has expanded into several other areas in terms of energy efficiency. What we have now is what we call the green renovation and retrofit, which is taking pretty much our weatherization assistance program, but also moving it forward to where we can gut an entire Philadelphia row home and make it extremely energy efficient. And then we have partners that actually sell these homes as affordable housing or affordable rent. We're also involved with the Philadelphia Energy Authority, which is a city government agency for our solar photovoltaic installer program. So we train Philadelphia residents to install solar panels on residential homes, commercial buildings, as well as for field solar, which would actually serve many communities rather than just a single household, where the power obviously in all of this would go to the grid. This is saving people a tremendous amount of money by having solar installation in their home. The other area that's of critical importance is our environmental remediation program. As Eva had mentioned, low-income individuals are eligible if they have LIHEAP and if they are meet the poverty level. The problem is that can we go into that home and do the weatherization work if there are issues that prevent it from doing that? And some of those issues are around hazardous materials, mold and moisture that you would find in a home, some of it being asbestos. Others would be lead, which you would find in almost every Philadelphia home. You would have lead paint, which we would be able to work with the Environmental Protection Agency and certified people as to how to contain the lead paint. And also for stormwater management, where the water that is going into the Philadelphia row homes, much of the piping has been changed in the home itself. The problem is that the feed that comes from the street into the home is still lead pipe. So individuals need to be able to be aware that if they have not ever changed the lead pipe, which is the responsibility of the homeowner, in the morning they should flush that system for at least 5 minutes, and in the evening before they go to bed, to flush the system again for 5 minutes, so that the water is not laying within the lead pipe. And then our newest area of training is for the commercial side. We have a partnership with Johnson Controls, which is the world's largest manufacturer of commercial and residential HVAC equipment, and also to put smart energy into smart building energy into commercial buildings. They have set us up with a state-of-the-art commercial heating ventilation lab, HVAC lab, and this is primarily for commercial training for commercial students. The program is in 3 phases. The first one is for maintenance, and individuals who graduate from the HVAC maintenance program can get jobs either in hospitals, school systems, or with a contractor that does work in commercial buildings. They could earn between $40,000 and $45,000 a year. If they
Okay.
go through phase two, which is troubleshooting and a lot of installation of HVAC systems, those individuals can complete the program about 600 hours, and they can earn between $60,000 and $65,000 a year. And if they choose to continue their education, there is a final phase, which is automation and controls, uh, whereby all of the HVAC systems anywhere in the world can be controlled with automated systems. Let's say here in Philadelphia, we can control the HVAC systems in California, Europe, or anywhere else in the world, and also to determine uh, how long the parts are, the use of each part, and then they can be replaced before there's breakdown. Those individuals in automation and controls are making in the six-figure income over $100,000 a year. So we have our first graduates in the maintenance program, and they will be looking for work. They should have been looking for work. Unfortunately, we are in this pandemic right now,
Yeah.
which creates an issue of having people to be able to get jobs and go into these facilities and be able to do that particular work.
Yeah.
But once we are through this issue and through the problem of the pandemic, which we will be, these individuals will be getting very, very good family sustaining wages with all of the training programs from solar to HVAC to environmental remediation and green renovation and retrofit. We're all about jobs. The population that we serve are unemployed, underemployed, returning citizens coming out of prison systems, and it is our mission to be able to serve the underprivileged, so that they can get family sustaining wages and family sustaining jobs, so that they would not have a high tuition bill, as many people do when they graduate from college. So that's our market, and those are our four current existing programs.
For so are they all free? I just want to clarify.
We hate to use the word free. They are, the students do not pay anything.
Okay.
They are funded in some cases through the Philadelphia Works, through the workforce system. Some of them are funded through foundations and philanthropic organizations. Some of them are funded by grants from the Department of Education or the Department of Energy or the Department of Labor and Industry. So there's no cost to the student, but it's all done through either taxpayer dollars or through philanthropy. But the student does not pay anything
That's
to
amazing.
receive the training.
Let me, I would like to ask you, what is the current role of you, Eva, and Walt in the organization?
Okay, I am the director of training, so my responsibility is to make sure that we have a curriculum and programs that are current and that will lead to lead graduates directly into jobs. So I kind of look and do a lot of research to be able to make sure that our programs are current, that the material that we are delivering is state of the art and current. I also am responsible for hiring instructors with the credentials that are necessary to be able to deliver these programs, and also to be able to set up the infrastructure, the labs and the classrooms that are necessary for us to be able to deliver these programs. We're very proud of the labs that we have for each of these programs, because they represent exactly what people will be seeing when they actually go into a home or into a commercial building. So that's kind of my role.
Yeah, I saw actually a few pictures, and yeah, it's amazing. Like the infrastructure that you guys have for the students.
Oh, great. I'm glad you have that.
Yeah, I had the opportunity, yeah. And what about you, Eva? So what is your current role in, within the organization?
So I serve as the Deputy Director of Training. I am Walter's right and sometimes left hand. Um, my job is to make sure we have students first and then make sure they get all their certifications, as well as that when they finish, we direct them to jobs. Like we help them with resume prep, we do mock interviews, how to dress for an interview, things of that sort. But I'm always like my main, I feel like their mom because I'm always
That's
like,
great to know, because that was going to be one of my questions, if you guys actually help with employment
yeah,
after
because you know
graduating.
some of you know the people that we serve, you know, they get discouraged. Sometimes they don't have bus fare, they didn't eat, or you know they don't feel comfortable, and then they stop coming. So I'm the one that's always reaching out to them like, hey, come on, you need to finish this certification, like come back, you know, because obviously if they went in that building, it's because they wanted to change, right? They wanted
Yeah,
to get
exactly.
these certifications to get a better job, to support their families, to support themselves. So I feel like, yeah, like I am their mother and I'm making sure that they finish all their certifications. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to really understand how to work with this population that we're
Yeah.
dealing with. It's our choice, really, to you know, to be able to work with that population. But things that you would expect, as Eva had mentioned, you know, some of them they would not have transportation
Yeah.
sometimes to be able to get to work. Some of them really do not have the meals that that they would need. So we kind of have our little pizza gatherings a couple times a week for some of these students. The other population, like I say, returning citizens, some of these people have been incarcerated for 15 to 20 years, and they are coming into a world that is totally different
Yeah, for sure.
from when they went to prison. Just the technology of the computer, the internet. So trying to work with that population and having them assimilate back into society, we
Yeah.
do have partners that can work with these individuals and counsel them and help them uh, through this particular process. So it's not just giving people academic skills
Yeah.
in math and skills to be able to learn something. It's really trying to bust through these barriers that these individuals may have. And sometimes it's embarrassing. They won't tell you. They will tell Eva, as as she had mentioned. Eva's kind of the mother of the operation and handles all of that day-to-day operation. And as she said, she is both left and right arm as we go through the training.
Walt and Eva, how do you guys normally promote these programs, which I really think they're amazing opportunities for any person who would like actually to get one of these certificates?
Well, Eva's involved in a lot of the recruitment of the students. We go through, as we said, we go through the workforce system. People have to be registered with a career link. They have to meet certain criteria to be unemployed or underemployed to be able to get involved in these programs.
Oh, so that would be the first requirement then.
What's that?
That would be the first requirement then. If they are interested in any of these programs, they will have to open an account through CareerLink?
That's one of the avenues, yes. If there is, let's say there's another opportunity, another grant that we have through the Philadelphia Foundation, those individuals are for returning citizens. And we work with JEVS in the city of Philadelphia, who works with returning citizens. They're probably the one stop when someone comes out of prison. They go to JEVS for some counseling and work to do, and we do the recruiting from JEVS to bring people into returning citizens. We also have partners across the city with OIC and Connection Training Services, the Youth Build system. So we try to leverage money. Sometimes those organizations have grants, and they set up criteria as to what they need to get into those programs. But I would say basically everybody has to be at least 18 years of age. They have to have a high school diploma or a GED. They have to go through a physical assessment that we go through, and basically have some academic wherewithal in reading and math around the 8th grade level, and then we would be able to work with that population. And they may be eligible for grants, like I say, or through the career link.
Now that you're mentioning like the part of the requirements to be part of any of these programs, well, so you're saying they must have a high school diploma or a GED. So for example, for the NSC clients who, all of them, they're not from the US. So some of them, they have a high school diploma from their home country. What would be the option for these clients in particular who would like to be part of any of these programs that you guys offer?
If they have a high school diploma?
From their home country, not from the US. Because that's the case for lots of them.
They could get that. They could get that translated into what happens here in the United States. We also go through this with instructors that have their degrees from other countries, and we can work with them to be able to get that credential that they need here in the United States.
So it will have to go through on their evaluation, whether it's if they have a bachelor's degree or if they have a high school diploma from their home country.
Correct. Yeah, they would be evaluated. I honestly, I have never seen anybody have their credential turned down once they go through that evaluation.
That's great to hear. And we also have part of our clients, they for different reasons, they were not able to, get their high school diploma. In that case, so before to try to be part of these programs that you guys offer, I guess they will have to get their GED first and then go to you?
I'm smiling because every time we have a rule, there's always an exception.
Yeah.
We work with an organization called Connection Training Services. Connection Training Services gets individuals to get their GED when they come or when they recruit those individuals. They are also coming to us to get the skills that they need to get a job. So they're doing it together. They're getting their GED and they're getting their job skills. So some of them would come to us 3 days a week and then start to earn their GED for the other 2 days a week. And then hopefully by the end of the program, they would both have their GED and their work credentials to be able to get into the workforce in an energy efficiency field.
Wow, so, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we do work with CTS, and it's a great program because they could get their academic credential and their job skills concurrently.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, that's amazing. In terms of English skills, to me, that I have to ask about that. Just like I said before, all of our clients, they're not from the US. They're from different part of the world. We have people from that comes from Africa, Asia, Latin America, Europe, literally. So having that said, that means that English is not their first language, like it is my case as well. So do you guys measure their level of English?
The answer is, I'm going to say yes and no.
Okay.
The population that we deal with primarily is a lot of Spanish-speaking people,
Okay.
and they come into the program with very minimal proficiency in English.
Oh, wow.
So what happens though is that we do have people like Eva and other folks that are of Latina descent that sometimes could interpret and be in a classroom and help to interpret.
Wow.
What we are surprised with is that we work with a charter school called Espida in Philadelphia. And initially we had the students, we had a tutor and an interpreter to help the students. But once they get into the classroom, for some reason, they help each other. And English is not becoming as much of a problem as we thought it would be. Maybe Eva, you could pick up on some of that.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, they get so into the actual course that there's no language. They're so motivated, and that they just, I mean, this specific group that we had did so good in all of their tests. I mean, I'm talking about above 80. And they went in there, they wouldn't speak nothing in English, nothing. Like, we were surprised how well they did on all these tests.
Wow, even though all the classes are in English.
Yes, because yes, the classes are in English, yes. And again, like Walt said, I would, interpret, and we have another Spanish speaking instructor. He's Colombian. And our job developer, she was Hispanic as well. And yeah, and we did help them with a few things, but like Walt said, as soon as they're in the classroom, they don't need us. They didn't need us anymore.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
How long? I don't know if this it varies because we're talking about 4 different programs here. But how long does it take once they start the training program? It varies depending on the program.
Yes. So for solar is 6 weeks. For the weatherization program is 11 weeks. And for the HVAC, we have it in hours. It's 600 hours. We still haven't figured the amount of weeks, only because it's being done part-time, because it's in it's the reentry program. So we haven't done it. Well, did you figure out how many weeks it is? I know by hours. I know the first phase is about 100 hours.
That program is relatively flexible.
Okay.
So, we could do it. We could take the 600 hours and do it over the course of 24 weeks, depending on, what other work the returning citizen may need, either with their parole officer or other counseling, et cetera. We could extend it to 30 weeks and, just cut the amount of time during the week. We're very flexible as to how we work with that population.
Is having a social security number part of the requirements?
The answer is, for the training, the answer is no.
Okay.
But they will need a social security card when they go for employment.
Okay. I understand.
We also have people that will help them to be able to get their green card and social security card, etc. And it's through some of the representatives that we have, the state representatives, that can help that population be able to get their credentials to be able to go to work.
Well, the reason, to be more specific, the reason why I'm asking is because there's a couple of programs where these clients are waiting. They're just waiting to get their social security card. So in the meantime, lots of them they tell us, hey, I want to continue with my education here in the U.S. I know I cannot work, but I would like to know if there's any training programs available who can actually let me in and be part of any of these programs without having a social security card. That's actually the reason. And I know after talking to different organizations so far, some of them say yes, some of them say no. That's why I wanted to ask you today about that.
Yeah, for training, they do not need a social security card.
I understand. So if after getting this information today, because like I told Eva before you join us today, Walt, this video is gonna be posted in the Employment Services channel, YouTube channel, and also the blog that we have, that the Department of Employment Services have. So that means that all our NSC clients are going to watch this video. So what if a group of them say, hey, I like this. I would like to do it. So what would be the first step? What would be the best way to start the connection with you guys and the organization and start the process?
Eva sets up what they call, I guess, information sessions or orientation sessions. The best way would be to get in touch with Eva. Yes. As to when she'll set these up. I can't remember what day she does best, but I seem to recall Tuesdays and Thursdays that we do have people that have come in on those days. But the best would be to contact Eva, and she will set up these info sessions.
So it's like group info sessions or one-on-one info session, Eva?
We usually did the group info sessions, like every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 12. That's what we were doing.
Every week?
Every week, yes.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, but that's what we were doing. Right now, they can call me or email me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, like, specifically now with the current situation.
Yeah, so they can call 215-609-1457. That is my office number, but I do check my voice message. And then they can email me as well, Eva O at ecasavesenergy.org. And I mean, if they want to know any further information, that would be the best way to contact me.
So I guess if they want like more in-depth information about any of these programs, the best way is to contact you as well, or is better to go and visit the website of the nonprofit organization?
They can do both. They can call and they can go see ecasavesenergy.org. That's our website, ecasavesenergy.org.
Okay, something that I wanted to ask, and I don't want to forget to ask. So they go out to class. Those classes normally are daily, are evening classes, all day class. How can you give me a little bit more details about that?
Most of the classes are 6-hour days. They're all pretty much during the daytime. We do have a few evening classes, but for most of the programs, it's really a 6-hour day. And it's usually Monday through Friday. If we deal, as I say, with a partner, it may not be 5 days, it may be 3 days, because they may be going for a GED or whatever the case it may be. But it's usually full-time, 5 days a week. That's why Eva said one program it takes 6 weeks to get through, another 8 or 12 weeks, or whatever the case it may be. We consider that a full-time student, someone who was not working.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So they cannot be working by the time they start the program.
We have students who are working, but they are working either after 3 o'clock, or they are working. A lot of them are working for UPS down at the airport. They have this program where they work, I think it's 20 hours a week, and they work from 11 at night, like 4 or 5 hours a day, that type of thing. And they make out okay. They make $12, $13 an hour, and so they were able to work part-time. Some of them work part-time evenings after, like I said, after 3 o'clock. But they, most of them are unemployed, or those people are underemployed, so they're eligible for the program.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess by the after a training program, the last step would be to take like an exam so they can get the certification.
Oh yeah, everything is, there are final exams. Most of them are with the body who will be giving them the certification. So it could be with the Environmental Protection Agency. We have the ability to give those exams. For lead safety, some of them are with OSHA. For general construction safety, others with the Building Performance Institute, which is for energy efficiency. That's our major national credential that we are able to give. But yeah, and also for the HVAC program, it's with I can't remember the organization right now, but yes, everything is done through testing. Our instructors are certified to administer those tests. They send them out to the agency once they correct them, and then the agency sends them the certification.
So all these training programs, they really prepare them to take these final exams and being able to get the certification. And then
Oh yeah, in some cases you need the credential to get a job.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. I will I don't know if you guys have anything else to add, Eva or Walt. I think you guys have provided a lot of information about about what you guys do and in their services available and the programs available. So I don't know. I would like to know if you guys would like to add something that maybe I didn't ask, or something you would like to share with the clients at NSC.
I just want to tell them, don't be shy. Call us. We're here. We want them to be successful in this country.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I will tell you that we do tours of our facility as well.
Oh, wow. So, that's amazing. I would like to do one.
Yeah.
Even though I'm older for the programs.
Yeah, you could, as long as there's, the group comes with either an instructor or chaperone or whatever. And we do tours of all of our programs and the facility as well. As I say, we're really proud of what we had put together for the infrastructure for training. So the tours are definitely available.
And at the training center, it serves the four programs. So this building, the training center, like it is where the four programs are, or you have it like in different buildings.
No, same building.
Oh no,
it's the same building. It's
all in one building. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And so I guess if they want to, if you would like to take one of those tours, so they will have to contact you as well, Eva?
Yes, I schedule that too, yes.
So which I'm assuming is not available right now due to the current circumstances, right?
Not right now. We can't offer any tours right now, but hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we our CFO, we are currently working with to be in compliant with the state plan and the city plan, and also with the CDC, what their plans are to be able, once we are able to open for business. So we are working through those compliances right now, and hopefully keeping our fingers crossed that once the governor and the city officials say we could do some things, and the CDC, we will be open for business live, but I'm sure it's not going to be as close quarters as it was prior to this pandemic. But we will be having face-to-face classes. In fact, we are running classes right now, distance learning.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I guess you have to go remotely, right?
Yes.
Move the classes remotely.
Yeah, they're done by Zoom or Skype, and the only thing the students can't do is they can't get into the labs and touch anything, but they can see the demonstrations of what would happen in a lab. So, and they're motivated. So we're hoping that within the next 3 to 4 or 5 weeks that we could turn back to having them come face to face.
Yeah. Are you guys currently recruiting for any of these programs? Are you
Not right.
currently recruiting or not?
No.
So providing information mostly.
Yeah, if like I said, if anybody is interested, they can contact Eva. We don't have any start dates set up at this time.
Yeah.
We could do that rapidly, but I'm not putting anything on the calendar at this point in time. Hopefully, and until we see what's going to happen in terms of trying to get together on a face-to-face basis.
Yeah. Makes sense. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. Eva, you were gonna say something?
No, thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you
and
very
well,
much.
looking forward to meet you guys in person.
Yes,
And I hope we will be able to plan an in-person info session at in our office. That means like it was supposed to happen actually in March.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you guys find all this information very helpful. And well, and of course, if you guys want more detailed information about any of these programs and or what this nonprofit organization does, so please write the email to Eva. Thank you so much. Or you can also contact me, right? So I can be that connection with you, Eva, right?
Sure.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.